In our last episode, you traveled with us to Custer State Park, where we enjoyed all the wonder, wildlife, and rugged wilderness that it offered. While the park itself contains enough to keep you busy for a good long time, the location also lends itself to several day trips you can take to some pretty great areas. Today, we are off to the most popular of those day trips. Let's go. We're in the Black Hills of South Dakota right now, staying at Custer State Park. We're going to have a lot to show you from this area because it is amazing. Right now, I'm packing a lunch, and then we're heading to Mount Rushmore. To get there, we're going to drive the Iron Mountain Road, which is a scenic drive between Custer and Mount Rushmore. I think I'm looking more forward to the drive than I am actually seeing the carving.
We've been by this area many times before. We've stayed really close to Mount Rushmore, but we've never actually stopped to see it. It seems like it's been such a touristy spot, and we tend to gravitate away from touristy spots and more towards the natural areas. But today, we're going to give it a go, see what we think.
For this trip, we have our friends Matt and Devin along.
Hello. So up ahead, there are several really tight tunnels. A little nervous about trying to drive this big truck through some tight tunnels. Hope it goes well.
The Iron Mountain Road between Custer State Park and Mount Rushmore is 17 miles of curves, switchbacks, pigtail bridges, and narrow tunnels specifically designed to slow people down and showcase the wonder of the National Memorial. There is no question here about which came first. The road was definitely built with views of the memorial being of paramount importance. Wow, it's right there as soon as you walk in. So why is the carving of Mount Rushmore even here? Well, the short answer is money. In 1923, Doane Robinson, who was the secretary of the South Dakota State Historical Society, started promoting the idea of a monument in the Black Hills similar to the one at Stone Mountain in Georgia. His hope was to boost tourism to the area, but the project was not without opposition. Native Americans saw the area as sacred, and other residents opposed on the grounds of preservation or simply not wanting an influx of tourism to the area. Despite all protests, legislation was passed to allow the project, and in 1927 the carving of the memorial got underway.
We're starting out here on the Presidential Trail. This takes us up closer to the sculptures and kind of goes around so you can see it from several different viewpoints, and I think there are over 400 stairs coming up.
I love being able to look at the sculpture from this close perspective because you can see so much detail, especially like around the eyes. You can see where they carved to make it look like they have pupils and everything. It's amazing. Gutzon Borglum was hired to be the sculptor on the project, and boy did he have big ideas. Not only did his plans include the depictions of the 4 presidents from the waist up, but he also planned to carve an entablature or inscription with a brief history of the United States next to the presidents. He also later planned a hall of records or room to be carved into the mountain behind the presidents to contain important historical documents. Eventually, both the entablature and hall of records had to be abandoned. Even the presidential sculptures had to be scaled back to include only the heads. Gutzon Borglum died in March of 1941 before the project was finished. His son Lincoln took over, and the sculpture was declared complete just 7 months later.
Called the pointing system. Well, not this one exactly, they would use the big one you see up on Lincoln. And they would take the day's measurements. Using this tool, they could measure on the scale model behind me what the feature that they needed to carve was positioned at. They could measure its distance from one side to the other, distance out, and distance down. In a notebook, they would record all of the day's measurements and then head out onto the mountainside with a bucket of red paint. And all across the mountain, they would paint out the day's instructions. In the beginning, it might look like remove 18 feet of rock here and remove 10 feet of rock here. As we get closer and closer to the end, those instructions start to say things like remove 3 inches of rock here, gradient to 1 inch of rock over here.
Thank you, sir. They've really planned this place out well. Just about everywhere you go, you can see the monument. It's pretty neat to see Mount Rushmore before it was carved also. Our day at Mount Rushmore is complete.
Yeah, it's been a great day. We actually enjoyed the visit a lot more than I thought we would. We're here in late May, so the weather is excellent. The crowds were really low, so we didn't have the place to ourselves, but it certainly wasn't overcrowded.
No, I really enjoyed the presidential trail where you can walk and see it from different angles. That really was my favorite part, I think.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed just learning about how it was created and why it was created. Quick tip, if you come at least at this time of the year, you're going to want to come in the morning when the sculpture is a little bit more well lit.
If you enjoyed visiting Mount Rushmore with us, be sure to like the video. In our next episode, we will continue exploring the Black Hills, but from a totally different perspective. Hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching.